Hey, what's up? This is Jeremy, founder of quickmail.io.
Hey, this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesbread.com. What are we talking about, Jeremy?
Can I pay to get more replies? That's probably what we're like. Can I throw money to actually just get a better response rate?
And to be clear, we're not talking about paying people or a person to run a better campaign. We're talking about, can we put money somewhere? I suppose, but everybody knows that you could hire SalesBread and get your lead a day guaranteed or your money back. Why? Because at SalesBread, we know, might as well do the pitch. Most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn those cold prospects into qualified sales leads. So at SalesBread, we'll bring you one lead per day or your money back by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages. So go to salesbread.com/contact and inquire about our super risk-free lead gen service. Why not? Okay.
Why not?
Why not? Go ahead, Jeremy.
All right. Quickmail.io, one of the best cold email automation software that can scale while keeping high deliverability. In fact, you could also just use it for free if you just want the deliverability part by just signing up to our auto warmer for free. Nice and sweet.
Ups your open rates, folks. All right. So hey, our sponsors have spoken. Go ahead.
Let's say, for example, your company, you suddenly get founded and you say, and your investor just want immediate results. Like, can you get like more results and so on? So we talked in previous episode about like how you can rank the people you're contacting and so on and so on and so on. But point is like, can I just throw money at it and then solve it that way? Like, I don't care going negative. I'm really looking for growth and actually getting more user on my platform to look better for my investors. Or like, this is this kind of game, right? You can go negative, but
sure.
Rack up
That's like what PayPal did when they were at war with, what was it, X.com. They were paying, I think it was $20 for anytime you referred a friend and your friend got $20 and you got $20 for that referral. And they just were kind of doing the same thing, and it was a war to the bottom until one of the companies bought the other. And yeah, that's the
I want to play
the classic, right?
What do I do?
Okay, you want to play this game?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, man, it depends who you talk to. If you were talking to a media buyer, say, great, we're gonna run a YouTube ad. We're going to put a full-blown, 2-pager in Newsweek. We're going to purchase eyeballs, and that may work really well. But I think for our cold email audience, I don't think we care about pulling an ad in Newsweek, right? Like maybe we should define it.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack and I has been sort of like brainstorming a little bit about like, if he's getting some cash, if I'm getting some cash, what would we consider, right? And we're going to
within cold outreach. Cold outreach. It's like, where do you put money to improve the results of your cold outreach right now?
There you go. Spot on. So I don't see why not. Like, get an expert. That could be effectively, a lead generation agency that's been doing it for a long time. I don't care. I pay you. You bring me the results, and then you can do something in the same time. So basically, maybe potentially do multiple initiatives at the same time, potentially.
Or we actually just had a conversation with somebody who they were a San Fran startup funded, and they said they're like, look, we're trying to pay multiple cold outreach vendors at one time. Like they're like, we're going to hire 5 cold outreach agencies.
Not surprised.
And that is the way to throw money there. They were basically like, I asked them, because it's kind of interesting. You don't come across this all the time. And they intentionally gave very little instruction to the agency, SalesBread being one of them. And they were like, look, to be honest, we're going to review stuff in 3 months and pick up on what's worked best and double down. Right. So
good idea.
They were like, we don't know what works, but they do. And we don't know which one's the best one, but we will see in 3 months. So in terms of paying people, if money's no object, that's what you do.
Yep. All right.
Right?
So that's one
Okay.
done. And just to be
Great
specific
cast,
for our audience, yeah, that's it. Good job,
Pay
everyone.
5 agencies and you'll get somewhere.
But for our audience, it's not like oh man, I don't have money anyway and so on. But those sort of things like sparkle some creative juice, and hopefully that will open your mind to, oh, that's something I may want to try down the line. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
necessarily that you need 6 millions to actually try it, right? Some will be more expensive than others, but here we go. And you can do it with some of your VIPs too. You could do it for maybe a subset of the people you're reaching. Like, okay,
You're on a roll. You're on a roll.
Oh, okay, I do it. So for the subset, when you have a VIP one, why not send them something that is very relevant to your service you're offering, whether it's your own product as a sort of like, or down version, or like a trial version, or some smaller offering of your whole product. Like, let's say, for example, if you do a lot of lighting, for example, your lighting company, why not sending like a small, LED, type of sample or style thing? So it's always nice. There is a reciprocity here. But if you don't have any of that, a book is also quite nice. Like, it will set you apart automatically as to, it's obvious you're not going to send that to like
Don't send a
people.
book. Don't send a book. It doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work?
Doesn't work.
Unless you write the books.
No, that doesn't work either.
Oh, it didn't?
A client of mine, this is a couple of years back, but we had our niche, and he had sat down and paid a ghostwriter to write a book. And the idea is
why it didn't work.
Really good stuff. No. It was full of really good stuff.
Okay.
It was on Amazon. It's doing well. But he found that when you mailed the CEO a book and a matching DVD that went along with it, even if the information was great, we both know how hard it is to get someone to read the entire cold email, to read and sit down with an entire book. Didn't work.
No, but it has to be really well tuned to that person, like something maybe they were looking at.
That wasn't it.
Okay.
That wasn't it. It was like crazy niche. Like, think, let's say, like IT directors at that work on a particular hardware tool, and they knew they worked on that hardware tool.
Shit, I lost my money.
Just people were busy. People were busy. So we tried it again, this time contacting people, just asking if they wanted it. And then when they said yes, sending it worked really well. So, but what you're describing, Jeremy, is what you've coined years back as trial as a gift.
That's right. That's right.
So, okay. So we have number one, pay an expert or experts. Number two, put that money towards a trial as a gift. So if you're selling custom made, let's say company t-shirts with logo, send out 1,000 shirts tomorrow to good accounts, right? That's right. That's the idea, no?
Yep, okay. Yep, absolutely.
That's on my list. Your first one was not, so we're 1 for 2 on a matching. Okay, I want to take this, if you're up for it, towards using money to pay for a better list. If you want to go down that rabbit hole.
That is nice. That is nice. Okay. So how would you do that? Like, what would be your approach?
Okay, so this is buying or renting a list from a sister company, right? Okay, you like this. So it's pretty simple. So let's say there's a non-competing company in your ecosystem. Something comes to mind, hopefully. In my world, it might be ZoomInfo, right? ZoomInfo provides the sales data. SalesBread acts on that sales data. We don't compete with each other. We play nicely, and our customers are our customers, I guess. So I might approach ZoomInfo.
That was deep.
Thank you. I might approach ZoomInfo and say, hey, I got $1 million for your top spenders. I want access to do some really targeted outreach. They'd probably say no. Actually, you'd have to do it in a way that
there is a smarter way of
compliant.
There potentially is a smarter way of doing that. Like, it's one of my point, but I think it's very close. Is you could actually buy not necessarily the list, but the influencer
webinar
message on your behalf. So, for example, if this is a company that, why don't they actually say like, hey, Jack is looking for more clients, or to have a conversation with you, or to have a product and whatever, and then they shout it on their own main list, or like it's an influencer type of access, but you don't necessarily write the copy, or maybe they let you write a couple of lines to describe the service and why it would be cool to contact, but they own the distribution channel. So it's not like you sending emails anymore. It's still outreach per se, but it's not, you know what I mean?
I'm up for it. Yeah, I think there's probably several ways that you could say influencer, let's do something. It could be as, let's say, basic as I will buy your list, or as sophisticated as this kind of like, well, just influencer marketing. I don't know that world as well, but I like that idea, and money can help that.
Yeah, and a similar way actually, which I love doing personally. But if you have, for example, I think we talked in very long episode ago. We talked about 3ds Max and how they cornered the market by just giving away their free tool to schools, so all their students were automatically trained on that software. So when they enter the professional world, they had no choice, and this was not the best option, but everyone was just, formed on this one. You could potentially contact course owners, or every marketing course, whatever kind of course in your niche that is very close to your offering. So for example, if you're offering, I don't know, like a software for finding automatically competitors or something marketing related, then go and find all the marketing courses and just ask to be sponsored of them. That would be one way to spend, their dollar as well, and will bring you some lead. So you don't necessarily contact directly your end users, but you contact, by derivative. So that's a sort of similar as influencer. And you're mute, my friend.
Of course, you definitely could contact the end users, but this sounds more on the up and up. Okay, I like it.
But
I have
some
one
course
other.
will sell you their list, so you could do that as well.
Yeah, there you go. And I really, as a list builder, I am very excited about the prospect to obtain a list that I know has purchased something very closely related. They have the budget, they're working on this as priority right now. You would never need to say, is turning that expensive Zoom Info subscription into real sales dollars like worth it? That's what they're trying to do. So it's as nice of a, I don't know, it's a list builder's dream. Okay, I have one more way that you could pay for a better list, and that what the hell, just warm up your list with a bunch of LinkedIn ads so that every single job title you're approaching has seen what you sell. That's, sure, like I don't know that that's the hack of hacks, but might as well do that for LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever relevant channel. Twitter, I think, is important.
That's working.
So that when you do cold contact, you're not a total stranger, probably.
They heard about you. Yeah. And they probably also thought about you if your targeting is very well. I may have checked it out quickly and forgot about you. And then I got a few ones. If you're going to local card, throw a party. Okay, with COVID and stuff like that, this is not so popular and so on, but throw a big party. Like, do like massive thing, and then like big food, big drinks, big whatever, and then just invite them. And it's like trying to get people in the industry, whatever. You can come, no string attached, whatever, but at the end, people who respond are more likely to then take up either a future call, or you can engage with them on this evening.
Yeah, and I think that's actually how Tinder got started. Did you hear the story?
No, what's that?
Yeah. So are you familiar with the app? It's a dating app. We're married and we're old, but whatever. It's the dating app, to my understanding. And they tried a lot of things to get it to work, but they found that it was this, help me with the word here. It's when your marketplace needs the more users, the more value is there.
The network effect, or network.
There you go. The network effect. Yes. And so they were like, we got a couple, but then there was not enough people there for them. So they left, and then we got more, and then same thing happened. So they threw a massive party at, like, I think it was Stanford. They paid, what did they put their money into? It was like music groups. So they paid Snoop Dogg.
That's what I was thinking, like a band.
Whatever, headliners. And they got 500 people to this party. It was like Stanford students, very like niche, but to get through the door, it was free to go see Snoop Dogg, but you had to put, you had to log in and register for the app. So when the party was thrown, that was the momentum they needed.
Clever.
So
plus,
that was pretty.
Everyone who looks at a certain type of singer or whatever.
It wasn't Snoop Dogg. I don't remember, but
Anyway, but that's a
But
good one.
meaning
I like
what?
it.
You could filter by like the kind of party you throw.
Exactly. Well, for Tinder, it makes sense. If you both like Coldplay, or if you both like Metallica or whatever, there's at least something in common. So it's
Common
not that
ground.
bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it
something to
worked
talk
out
about.
for them. Okay.
Great idea.
So those, we've covered a couple things. So experts, trial as a gift, buying, renting a list, influencer marketing, LinkedIn, social ads, parties.
I got more.
I got two more.
Oh, you too. Good. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. These are the ones that I'm actually like most excited about. This is putting money into your offer so it's better.
Ooh, that is not a bad idea.
Yeah. So
how would you actually do that concretely?
Okay. So let's take SalesBread. I could and have started saying our stuff is so good that we offer a money back guarantee.
Okay, so guarantees, right?
Okay, so
it will cost you if people act on it. That's what you mean.
Well, if it doesn't deliver, we're fine to see that as a marketing expense, but also you've got a track record that can back it up. So it's low risk for both people. It's nice. You could also pay for, like if you're very product focused, you might pay the best product designer to come in and make either the world's best UI or a feature that was never possible until you put these resources to giving your actual thing an advantage that was resonate when you do cold outreach. I mean, imagine if it's like, it's like QuickMail has a free auto warmer that cost money to make. It was used in order to attract, but take money and do stuff like that. And people will say, oh, okay, cool. When you reach out to them, hopefully you've spent your money in the right place.
Not a bad idea. You could also, following on what you just said, like depending on your product, of course, but if your product involves some type of visual stuff, you could pay a freelancer to do a mock-up or some stuff of, your potential prospects right away.
Right. Interesting.
Something like that.
Okay.
Cool. I got another one, which is probably try a different channel that you're not feeling comfortable with. Like that could be phone call, simple as that. If you're used to do like email, well, try to outsource a company to do phone calls and then see if it actually works better. That's still outreach. And that's just a channel you're not necessarily good at or haven't tried. Why not? It's money. So let's try it. Make sense?
I dig it. It makes sense. I've got one more for you.
Cool.
And this is put that money towards a referral fee for your new partners. So maybe it's like affiliates, right? Essentially, you'd say, hey, I'm going to give you $10,000 every time you refer us. If you sent that message to people that are in front of those people, you're going to use money to get a lot more results in the door. I would definitely do that if money was no issue.
Actually, or you could just actually, with affiliate programs, you could just basically contact some of the influencers and just give them some good affiliates. But it's not as easy, unfortunately.
I've done that. I've done that before with well, one of the, I don't know what I can say, but whatever. We launched an affiliate campaign with like a company that was like, hey, let's throw some money at affiliates.
And add some beeps.
Like the short of it, we learned that people are interested, even like the big influencers. They're always trying to monetize their audience. That's their business. What we learned was the value is not in getting the yeses. That's actually pretty easy. It is in the hand holding those influencers to figure out how to properly use and sell and support your tool.
Got it.
And once you did that, you may get 20 yeses, but only one of them really becomes a true blue affiliate. But that's sometimes a massive win in itself.
Of course.
Just a red in a bit.
Nice.
You got any others?
Yeah, I got two others. One is a stretch, but it's funny, so I keep it at the end. How about just paying for their time or paying in a way of actual money? Like Jason Cohen started WP Engine by outreaching people, and he says something like, look, I know he was a consultant, he was outreaching. And so he say like, look, I'm happy to pay you whatever is your hourly rate, and then people just went and had a chat and didn't really ask for the money. But of course, if they asked, then he was willing to actually pay to actually get, his calls. So that's one way. or just, offering them like a Starbucks, coupon or some whatever type of thing that would work, or a ticket to whatever. If they like, if for example, you know that they like basketball in their town, and you have like whatever, like offering them tickets, for a call.
That's always been a little bit dicey for me, because you're going to get people to say yes, even if they're not a good fit for what you sell.
But that could be fine in terms of research. The research part is very important. Like if, for example, all I want is to talk to, the 20 best cinematographers, for example, I'm going to offer them something. And if they're going to say yes, and they're not interested in what I have to sell, I may get a lot of information back in return. And in this case, you're absolutely right.
I saw an email that offered these headphones in exchange for a
so you said yes.
20-minute call.
Jack, I know how good you like painting. We're trying to send some pen brushes. We'll give you a free. Yeah, give it. That's fine.
It actually wasn't an email addressed to me. But yeah, my reaction was like, I asked the guy.
John, you still answered.
No, I asked the guy who got the email. I was like, "Did you do it?" And they said yes. And I was like, "Was it, a good call?" And it's like, I don't even remember what they talked about. I just got the headphones.
That's bad.
So that's the point. Is like you're gonna get people on the phone. Hopefully, like I like how the cold outreach, there's a self-filtering process. It's actually nice that most people don't respond, because those that do, with interest at least, care.
That's the next episode. This episode is only to get people to reply. Then we see how we can, increase your positive reply rate or whatever.
All right. Cool. Let's hear your silly one before.
All right, the last one, which I'm pretty proud of, but you need to have serious money. You just simply buy a company that is that has basically your prospect as customers already. You just buy the company. And so in fact, you buy the list. And I know people who just did that. They buy their competitors when they're very small, just to get their list of clients and their list of prospects, and they don't really care about the actual product. They just sunshine it.
Interesting.
It's a cool one, isn't it?
That's pretty clever. Yeah, full points awarded for that one. I do like it. Holy cow, we covered a lot. It turns out you could do quite a bit with money. So.
That's true, isn't it? It's quite funny. But after that, return of investment is, a different story, right?
Right.
So go get funded, and you know what to do with the money now.
I don't even know if it's return investment for some of these cases. Like for the person that hired 5 agencies, they were fine with they were saying crazy answers to my question. And I was like, how confident are you that this list, for example, is going to respond to your offer? They're like, we don't really know, but we're paying to find out.
Right. Yeah, they're accelerating their research. They're paying the research.
Their research, not necessarily short-term profit, which
correct.
What a luxury. Okay, so we should wrap up mentioning the course.
Yep.
.quickmail.io is where Jeremy and I host the Cold Email Masterclass. There is the follow-up conversation in the tune of 8 different modules that start you from cold outreach mindset to sales research, and cold email copywriting and examples and walkthroughs. And at the end of it, you are shown how to outsource and automate the whole thing, so you can spend more of your time on those sales calls instead of building those lists, writing those messages, handling replies, all that stuff that's essential but tedious. So check it out.
Course.quickmail.io. Jack, thank you.
Always, Jeremy. See you next time.
See you.